Hi, I'm Tony Buti, the Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Interest in the West Australian Government. As we all know, we are very blessed to live in a culturally diverse community, and today we are going to have another episode in our cooking series, our culturally diverse cooking series. And I'm in beautiful Byford at the home of Hugh Jones, the member for Darling Range. How are you going, Hugh?
Good, Tony. How are you?
Very well. And also at the home of Hugh's partner and wife, Cam Tran. How are you going, Cam?
Good, thank you, Tony. How are you?
I'm very well. And we're going to be talking something that's very typical in the Vietnamese cuisine, which is spring rolls. Is that right?
Yes, spring rolls or chả giò in Vietnamese. This recipe is very much my family's recipe, so it might differ a little bit between different families. So when making spring rolls, generally we start with mince. In Vietnamese cuisine for spring rolls, we use pork mince. And to that, we add about one whole onion, finely diced. So we add that. Whether you like onion, don't like onion, it's not that fussy. You can add more or less. Then to that, we add garlic, again finely diced, but not the whole lot, maybe half of that.
All right, about half?
Tony, yep,
okay.
Because the other half will be for our dipping sauce.
Okay.
And then next, we add some julienne vegetables. This is cabbage that's been julienned finely, and then we have some grated carrot. And then with the carrot, what we tend to do is we tend to squeeze out as much of the juice as possible before we add it. So we squeeze all the juice out.
You were talking about that this is your particular family recipe. So what part of Vietnam is your family from?
So my family is from South Vietnam. I was born in Bà Rịa, which is near Vũng Tàu. And yeah, so that's where.
So how did you get to Australia? When did you come to Australia?
We came to Australia in 1982. Very, very fortunate to be in Australia. Our story is probably similar to a lot of Vietnamese people who came to Australia at the same time. There were political things happening at the time. The war was going on. So my grandfather and my uncles, they actually built a boat. We had no compass. My uncles, they told me the way they knew where to go was just by looking at the stars. And we did get attacked by pirates. Very, very sad. We got attacked by pirates and they took everything we had. We didn't have barely any, they left us with a little bit of water, no food. So we were rescued by the Malaysian Coast Guards and taken to Malaysia. Stayed in a refugee camp, and then we got to come to Australia. So.
Well, what a story. So where do we go from now?
The next thing we add is some bean shoots, and that's for the crunch. And you can add it and then have a look at it and later on go, oh, you might need more or less bean shoots. And then the final ingredient, apart from the seasoning, is vermicelli noodles or glass noodles. So the next thing we need to add, Tony, are the eggs. But with the eggs, we have to separate the yolk, goes into the mixture, and then the white goes into here so that we can stick the pastry together.
So when your family did come to Perth, did they become quite involved in the local Vietnamese community?
Yes, Tony, my family were heavily involved in the Vietnamese community, and actually my grandfather, he was the president of the Vietnamese community in the late 80s. So last thing we add before we make the spring roll, Tony, is the seasoning. So you just salt and pepper, lots of salt and pepper. In some Vietnamese families, they would add the pepper whole. So you'd get like a bite of a spring roll and you get a whole one. And then we mix the whole lot together again before we wrap it.
Okay, beauty.
So while Hugh was gone, I made him peel these spring roll wrappers because they don't come pre-peeled. So you buy them, again, you can get them from the supermarket. These ones I did get from the Asian grocery store. So you take one of the spring roll pastries and you put them down. When you put it down, it's almost like a diamond, so the pointy bit is pointed towards you. You take a small amount of the mixture You kind of want it to look like a cylinder before you start rolling it. Roll it away from you. When you get to the middle, give the edges a bit of a press. Put that edge towards the middle.
With the egg.
Put that one towards the middle. The egg bit you can do at the beginning or towards the end, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So it looks like an envelope, little bit of egg. Roll it as tight as possible.
Okay, let's get going, Hugh.
This is the shape we want.
Beautiful.
You don't want too much because you want it to be nice and thin so that
Here we go.
crispy.
All right, that's it there. All right, then you fold the insides.
Give it a bit of a press.
Yeah, a bit of press.
Roll one towards.
Mine's not so symmetrically working here. Oh no, I'm pressure.
Looks pretty good though.
Yeah, but yours is much better.
No.
Then I go like that, do I?
No, you keep rolling that
Oh,
towards.
that's right. Do I?
Yeah, away from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee. Yeah, you've been very nice, but anyway, there you go. There's the ministers. How's yours, Hugh? Oh, yours is far better. No, I give you the prize.
So this is vegetable oil, Tony. Vegetable oil is probably the best oil to use, not olive oil, too expensive and not suitable. You want to heat it, and the way you can tell if it's hot or not is you use your chopsticks, you put it in, and then if it starts bubbling, that
ready.
means it's hot enough.
Okay.
Once we put it in, we want it to be a golden, crispy brown. I would say about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And while that's happening, we can make the dipping sauce.
Okay,
So
great stuff.
add them in.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go, and when they're in, so I'll put some in too.
Yes, please.
So we've got the spring rolls cooking, Cam, so now we're going to do the sauce. So what is it called, and what are the ingredients?
So this sauce is called nước chấm. So here I've got the carrots. To that I'm going to add some of the garlic that we didn't add before.
The other part.
Then chili. Hugh loves hot, so I put a lot of chili in for him. We add some sugar, a couple of teaspoons of sugar. And then some lemon juice. Can I get you to squeeze that in, Tony, please? And while you're doing that, I'm going to add the fish sauce. So lots and lots of fish sauce.
Right.
And then to that, we need to add some hot water to cut the saltiness of the fish sauce.
Okay, so Cam, this is now the test. Can you show us how you normally would eat these spring rolls?
Yes, Tony. So normally you take half a lettuce leaf to cut, I guess, the oiliness.
Yeah.
Put it inside your lettuce leaf, a little bit of the dipping sauce.
Okay. All right, so take a bit, roll it up, bit of sauce. Let's give it a go. That is delicious. And how would we say that in Vietnamese?
Ngon quá. Ngon quá.
Oh wow.
It certainly is. So cooking and sharing food together is a great way to find out about new cultures and an understanding of our very strong, culturally diverse WA community. So Cam and Hugh, thanks very much for having us here today. And if you want to learn more about the cooking series, go to the OMI website. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay.